During the visit, an agreement was approved on parameters for the construction of the nuclear power plant and on the financing of the project through a Russian state export loan. I would like to note that, as we agreed with the President of Kazakhstan, this is not simply a matter of building a nuclear power plant. It is about creating an entire industry, including education, personnel training, and so on.
Did Vladimir Putin outmaneuver Donald Trump on Iran's uranium issue with an unexpected Kazakhstan option? Could a third country, not Russia or China, ultimately take custody of Iran's enriched uranium stockpile? Russia signs a major agreement with Kazakhstan to build a civilian nuclear power facility. Putin expands Russia's full-cycle nuclear industry model in Kazakhstan, deepening Moscow's long-term strategic influence. As Putin inks new nuclear agreements, reports emerge that Kazakhstan has offered to store Iran's enriched uranium if a deal is reached. Could Iran's 440-kilogram uranium stockpile still end up under Russia-linked sphere of influence despite Washington's objections? Russia is expanding its nuclear footprint in Central Asia as Vladimir Putin pushes deeper nuclear cooperation with Kazakhstan. Putin said Russia is building an entire nuclear industry in Kazakhstan rather than simply financing individual projects. The Russian president made the remarks during a visit to Kazakhstan, where several strategic agreements were signed. Putin said Moscow is also training specialists and integrating personnel as part of long-term nuclear sector cooperation.
The flagship project in the peaceful use of nuclear energy is a construction, with the participation of Rosatom, of the Republic's first nuclear power plant using the most advanced Russian technologies. During the visit, an agreement was approved on the parameters for the construction of the nuclear power plant and on the financing of the project through a Russian state export loan. Putting the plant into operation will make a significant contribution to the energy supply of the Kazakh economy, helping to provide businesses and households with affordable and clean energy. I would like to note that, as we agreed with the President of Kazakhstan, this is not simply a matter of building a nuclear power plant. It is about creating an entire industry, including education, personnel training, and so on.
Russia will also oversee maintenance, fuel supply, and equipment deliveries linked to Kazakhstan's nuclear sector. Putin highlighted Kazakhstan's strategic importance, pointing to the country's vast uranium reserves and energy potential. The developments come as Kazakhstan has offered to take custody of Iran's 440-kilogram stockpile of 60% enriched uranium, according to the IAEA chief. IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi told the Financial Times that Kazakhstan is willing to store the material if a deal is reached. The 440-kilogram stockpile enriched to near-weapons-grade levels remains a major sticking point in ongoing U.S. Iran negotiations. Washington has demanded the material either be removed from Iran or destroyed under IAEA monitoring arrangements. Iran has resisted handing over the stockpile, but has signaled a willingness to discuss dilution or possible transfer options. The U.S. has also ruled out Russia and China as potential custodians of the material, according to Trump's statements. The 440-kilogram stockpile is believed to be buried beneath rubble at Natanz, Fordow, and Isfahan following recent U.S. strikes. Experts say the material could be sufficient for up to 10 nuclear weapons if further enriched to weapons-grade levels. The IAEA already operates a uranium bank in Kazakhstan, which Grossi says could provide a secure storage option. Grossi said such an arrangement could be acceptable to both Iran and the United States if negotiations continue to advance. Fresh confusion erupted after reports claimed Iran and the United States were close to finalizing a new ceasefire arrangement. Tasnim news agency denied reports suggesting a major agreement between Washington and Tehran had already been finalized. Sources linked to Iran's negotiating team said Tehran has not confirmed completion of any formal agreement with the United States. Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance admitted Washington and Tehran were still not there yet despite ongoing negotiations.
If you look at what we've already accomplished here, assuming that we're able to get to a final agreement here, we're reopening the Straits of Hormuz, we've already decimated their conventional military, and we're in a position where we could substantially step back their nuclear program, not just during the term of this president, but over the long term. That's a very, very good thing for the American people. So we're not there yet, but we're very close. We're going to keep on working at it. Thank you guys. Have a good evening.
American officials said serious disagreements remain over Iran's enriched uranium stockpile and key nuclear-related issues. Reuters earlier reported both sides had discussed extending the ceasefire for another 60 days amid rising Gulf tensions. The proposed arrangement could reopen maritime traffic through the Strait of Hormuz while negotiations continue behind closed doors. However, Donald Trump has reportedly not yet approved the potential agreement despite continuing diplomatic discussions with Tehran.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.